that are yielding positive results. The central pillar of government's transformative policy, the Program for Planting for Food and Jobs, launched in Goso in April 2017, has evolved into 5 models strategically designed to exploit the huge potential in food crops, tree crops, vegetables, and livestock subsectors. Agricultural mechanization has also been identified as an important intervention to increase farm efficiency and reduce the drudgery of farm operations. Complementary programs such as the revitalization of the National Food Buffer Stock Company to improve market access, investment in warehouses to store grain surpluses anticipated from increased productivity and production, the One Village, One Dam policy to increase water availability for all year production, and the One District, One Factory initiative to promote rural industrialization have all contributed to the success since chalked in the agriculture sector. The record is impressive. We have, through the program, achieved a yearly average growth of agriculture of 5.8% from 2017 to 2020, compared to the 2.7% growth we inherited in 2016. To date, a total of 1.4 million metric tons of fertilizers and some 91,000 metric tons of certified seeds have been made available to farmers since 2017, with the number of beneficiary farmers now hitting the 1.7 million mark, taking off from the initial number of 207,000 farmers in 2017. Through planning for export and rural development, which was launched in 2019 to promote the rapid development of 6 strategic tree crops, that is rubber, oil palm, cashew, mango, coconut, and shea, and thereby diversify and augment our export earnings. Some 29 million seedlings have been distributed to some 220,000 beneficiary farmers. Rearing for Food and Jobs, aimed at expanding domestic meat production and reducing the huge annual import bill for meat and meat products of some $300 million United States dollars, has seen thousands of different livestock species being distributed to 7 national livestock breeding stations in 196 MMDAs across the country. Vegetable production under the greenhouse village concept has also been promoted intensively, with 3 centers established at Dawinya, Akumadan, and Bojoase for commercial production and training of youth interested in establishing agribusiness in the vegetable value chain. To improve the efficiency of farmer operations, a total of 8,980 units of various machineries and equipment have been imported to enhance access to mechanization services by farmers. 63 out of the proposed 81,000 metric capacity warehouses have been completed. This has increased the warehouse capacity owned by government to 97,000 metric tons. Additional warehouses will be constructed to handle the expected increased production of grains, to enlarge storage and reduce post-harvest losses. The result of significant investment by my government in the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Program has resulted in the availability of a total of 13,190 hectares of additional irrigable land through the rehabilitation of Tono, Kpong Left Bank, and Kpong irrigation schemes for rice and vegetable cultivation. This has benefited some 14,264 smallholder beneficiaries directly, creating some 40,000 jobs from several value chain activities generated from the irrigation schemes. To address the perennial challenges of access to credit for our farmers and fisherfolk, the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing Agricultural Lending Scheme, GESL, was established in 2019 to guarantee banks lending to boost agriculture. In 2 years of its operations, GESL has provided and issued credit guarantees for agricultural loans to the tune of 273 million cedis. We're also introducing insurance products through the Ghana Agricultural Insurance Pool GAIP as risk mitigating measures to promote investment in agriculture. My government has also succeeded in reviving agricultural extension services, beginning with a staff strength of 1,580 in 2016. 2,700 more extension officers were recruited by 2019, improving the extension officer to farmer ratio from 1 to 1,500 in 2016 to 1 to 706 currently. This is how still below the FAO recommended ratio of 1 to 500, which is our goal. I'm happy to inform you that approval has been given by Cabinet for the recruitment of an additional number of 1,100 veterinary officers into the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. 50% of this number will be recruited in 2022, and the remaining 50% progressively taken on board over a 2-year period. Construction works on fish landing sites and harbor projects located in the Greater Accra, Central and Western regions are progressing steadily. These projects are expected to facilitate the transformation of the fisheries sector by providing modernized berthing, handling, processing, and mechanization facilities to fisherfolk. The necessary preparatory works are also ongoing for the enactment of a new Fisheries Act to replace the existing Fisheries Act 2002, Act 625, which would better address lapses in the existing legislation and deepen sustainable management of fisheries resources. Government is happy to note that the fishing community has enthusiastically embraced and has seen the benefits of the closed season policy. Furthermore, Cabinet has granted approval for the procurement of a research vessel and 4 patrol boats for the fisheries sector. The acquisition of a research vessel will facilitate regular fisheries research and stock assessment that will amplify data availability for strategies for science-based fisheries management. The 4 patrol boats will also strengthen enforcement capacity to help address the issue of overexploitation and overfishing, as well as help curb the pervasive incidence of illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. Government will continue to do all it can to help preserve the marine ecosystem. Cocoa, which has been the mainstay of the Ghanaian economy, has also seen significant transformation since 2017. From an average production of 880,000 tons, the country hit an all-time record production of 1,047,385 tons in 2021, being the highest ever yearly production of cocoa since it was introduced into Ghana in 1879. This has been made possible by the introduction of productivity improvement techniques that ensure higher yields from the same acreage, the adoption of technology and practices that modernize cocoa production in an environmentally, socially, and sustainable manner. The design of policies to address the inequalities in the international marketing system of cocoa by paying a living income differential of an additional 400 United States dollars per ton of cocoa to farmers, and the fostering of partnerships and collaborative actions of stakeholders towards greater investments. In addition to the increase in productivity, these particular interventions have created direct employment for some 72,906 young people. Furthermore, 300 domestic businesses have been created to provide service delivery in the rehabilitation of farms. The commencement of the provision of a pension scheme for farmers started in 2020 under my government, even though the law was promulgated in 1984, with successive governments being unable to bring it into being. The pilot pension scheme has initially covered some 2,800 farmers in the new Edubiase Cocoa District of the Ashanti region, and a nationwide registration of all cocoa farmers is ongoing under the cocoa management system to speed up the process. Chairperson, Nana Chairperson, despite of these considerable advances, we know there's still a lot of work to be done to bring our nation's agricultural sector up to par with those of the world's leading economies. Ghana's agricultural sector is confronted with several challenges, key amongst them today being COVID-19, which is affecting commodity flows and the price of fertilizers. There are also matters relating to the outbreak of bird flu and the effects of climate change. Government will continue to take the requisite measures to address these challenges and ensure that agriculture continues on an accelerated growth trajectory. Despite having a relatively low active case count of 727 persons infected with COVID-19 as of 28th November, and vaccinating a total of 5,556,210 persons, it is important that we bear in mind that the pandemic is far from over. Last Sunday, the Ghana Health Service announced several important additional measures aimed at ensuring that we continue to win the fight against the virus. I appeal to all of you to adhere to them. Moreover, to fast-track our economic recovery from the pandemic, The Ghana Cares Obantampa program has been launched. The program will inject into the economy 100 billion cedis with support from the private sector that will help create jobs and develop industry. The agricultural component of Ghana Cares is to support commercial farming by attracting young people into agriculture, developing and promoting agro-processing and food import substitution commodities such as rice, poultry, sugar, cassava through PPP arrangements and facilitating access to land and affordable financing. A framework has been developed to provide 50% interest rate subsidy for loans advanced to qualified agro-businesses by financial institutions. This will be extended to qualified farmers to expand poultry production operations for hatcheries and processing plants. The target is to support the farmers with affordable financing to produce 5 million broiler birds, equivalent to 10,000 metric tons of meat, by the end of this month of December. Government is aware that investors continue to face challenges with respect to accessing agricultural land due to the unfortunate multiple land tenure arrangements and the absence of satisfactory documentation on land titles. As part of the Ghana Cares program, government is creating an agricultural land information bank, which will enable landowners to put forward lands to the bank they intend to lease to investors. This will reduce the cost and difficulties of land searches for investors. Nana Chairperson, one obvious downside of the pandemic has been the upsurge in the world prices of fertilizers, as some manufacturing companies shut down or reduced production because of the increase in gas prices. Suppliers thus could not provide the requisite quantities needed for the 2021 production season. These developments have intensified the need for us, finally, to have our own domestic facilities for the manufacture of fertilizers in significant quantities to meet our needs. Government is working on this. Nevertheless, for the time being, whilst ensuring the early award of contracts for the supply of fertilizers, government is also collaborating with the ACP group of companies, a Moroccan conglomerate, to map soils in Ghana according to their nutrition and chemical composition. This will enable the use of blended fertilizers specific to soil types, promote efficient use of fertilizers, and increase productivity. To eliminate any possible abuse of fertilizer subsidies, a farmer database has been developed with biometric information, a feature for tracking fertilizer bags, and a subsidy redemption solution with inbuilt security features such as deduplication, token verification, and biometric authentication before subsidies are disbursed to farmers. Out of the target figure of 1.2 million farmers earmarked for registration, a total of 597,662 have been registered as of October 2021. The others will be registered as soon as possible. This will help in proper planning and targeting of fertilizer and seed subsidy beneficiaries and prevent smuggling. Through the use of digital technology, The Ghana Commodity Exchange is employing digital platforms to trade in agricultural commodities. Towards combating the menace of climate change, which has considerable impact on the fundamentals required for our survival on Earth, rise in sea levels, severe and extreme weather conditions such as droughts, floods, and erratic rainfall patterns, and growing desertification, Ghana is employing well-designed policies and strategies with action plans and programs to this end. The Green Ghana Project and the implementation of the Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Plus programs are examples of the policies being undertaken to help realize the global commitment of halving emissions by 2030 and attaining neutrality by 2050. And Chairperson, I remain confident that Ghana can leverage her food systems to achieve the vision of a Ghana beyond aid. There is wealth in agriculture. Government will continue to create the enabling environment and put in place the necessary policies and programs to strengthen the linkages between the program for planting for food and jobs, which has been one of the great successes of my government, and the rural industrialization agenda of one district, one factory. We're devising smarter strategies for their implementation and working closely with the private sector to exploit every opportunity that will bring about enhanced livelihoods and economic empowerment for all. We will continue to rely on the support of our untiring farmers and all actors in the food system. I take this opportunity to call for the support of all stakeholders, including our gallant farmers and fisherfolk, value chain actors, entrepreneurs, financial institutions, policy makers, researchers, agricultural sector, and consolidation of our food systems. I wish you a happy and memorable Farmers' Day celebration. And congratulations to all award winners, especially the National Best Farmer and the National Best Fisherman. May God bless our farmers and fisherfolk and us all. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
A big one, a big one. Another big one for His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Thank you. Yes, the transformation in the agric and the fishery sector is so big and huge. And Your Excellency, we thank you so much for the vision of planting for food and jobs, planting for exports and rural development, and all the flagship programs under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. Your Excellency, we are most grateful for your vision and mission. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Betty Annan, Country Rep, World Cocoa Foundation, and today they are giving the most enterprising female cocoa farmer, a very big package. So put your hands together for Dr. Betty Annan, Country Rep, World Cocoa Foundation. Now is the time to do the honors. Who wins this year's Best Farmer 2021? Your Excellency, once again, we commend the efforts of ADB, the effort of SM Bank, and of course, Stanbic Bank. We say thank you to Glyco Insurance, Global Affairs Canada, Eco Africa Resource Group, Afcot Ghana Limited, Chemical Limited, Mechanical Lloyd, Winker Sunshine, Broad Spectrum Limited, E-Agric, and Japan Motors. We say thank you to our silver sponsors, Louis Dreyfus Company Limited, Omnifet Limited, Nanam Ventures, Intercontinental Group, Kingdom Essen Ghana Limited. And our bronze sponsors, Multivite Ghana Limited, Akufo-Addo Agrochemical, Sizako Company Limited, Yara Ghana, Ghana Chamber of Mines, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Gilsa Limited, New Okaf Industries, AMG Limited, Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, Bon Agro Company Limited, Rainbow Agro Sciences Company Limited, of course, Interplus Limited, RMG Ghana Limited, New Age Agri Solution, Kali Ghana Company Limited, Ghana Cocoa, Coffee and Shea Farmers Association, the Ghana Maritime Authority, Flour Mills of Ghana Limited, Agri Seed Limited, Louis Dreyfus Company Limited, Super Maritime Crocodile Machets Ghana Limited, and the Ghana Free Zones Authority. Now is the time for the honors. And I know the 2020 Best Farmer will envy whoever will be selected as the overall Best Farmer for 2021. At the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, we say thank you to Ghana Maritime Authority, GOIL, Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority, CCT, MSL, the Chinese Embassy, We2 Foods, Ocean Fair, Pioneer Food Cannery Limited, Japan Motors, Bank of Ghana, Amasachi, Uji's Holy Company Limited, Nagamni Ghana Limited, Delphine Company Limited, Panofi Company Limited, Scene Oil, Goodness Energy, and Michael Star. Nana Chair, Your Excellency, I'd like to invite the Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Chairman of the 37th National Farmers Day Planning Committee, Honorable Yao Frimpong Addo, to do the presentation of the awards. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman of the Planning Committee.
Excellency the President, Nana Chairman, all protocols duly observed. Today is a great day, and this is the time to honor our gallant farmers and fishermen. And before I do so, Your Excellency, may I call on the other Deputy Minister in charge of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development to come and join me so that we go through this stage of the process. Honorable Moses Enim, can you please join me? Okay, so the national, we have a total of 165 farmers who will be awarded today by the president. And the criteria for the selection of these farmers started about a year ago. And in the course of the year, this year, the pre-selection was done, and then a committee was set up, inaugurated by the Sector Minister, Dr. Akufo-Addo, and lecturers from University of Ghana, KNUST, UDC, and UCC came together. They went around and did their own assessments, and they've come out with this list that is not contestable. So today, we are going to go through the list one by one, and this is beside the list from the Fisheries and Aquaculture Development Ministry. So this 165, I will call on the MC to come and take us through the list of award winners. The first open. You have the list. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. That's right. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we are going through the list. We are taking the list from the Fisheries and Aquaculture Development Ministry so that the President will give the first prizes. The first prizes, and then we shall continue the program later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Now we will begin with the second runner-up, National Best Farmer. And he receives a Nissan Navara NP 300 double cabin pickup sponsored by Stanbic Bank, 200,000 Ghana cedis worth of insurance cover by Glyco Insurance. The presentation will be done by the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as well. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here, Cape Coast, the second runner-up, National Best Farmer, is from Asustifi North Municipal Assembly in Ahafo Region, Reverend Samuel Sida. Reverend Samuel Sida, the second runner-up, National Best Farmer. From the Asustifi North Municipal Assembly in the Ahafo Region, Reverend Samuel Sida. Thank you very much. Thank you and thank you. Now you're receiving a Nizam Navara. Thank you so much. Thank you. We are proud of you, Reverend Samuel Sida, for the good work, for feeding us, and for improving our growth in agriculture.
But he said he's here. Who said it? Best fisher, no, you Philip said, Philip said, come on. List down.
Boss, they have the same copy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Second run up. Someone among chapters. Rev. Thank you, Rev. We now move on to the first runner-up national best farmer. First runner-up also receive a tractor, trailer, disc plow, and boom sprayer, sponsored by SM Bank. 300,000 Ghana cedis worth of insurance cover by Glyco Insurance. A study trip to Israel, sponsored by Broad Spectrum Limited E-Agri. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, first runner-up national best farmer Sulemana Yidana.
Page 14. Page 14. Was it page 14? Where 11? National best overall fisher. Okay. So this is the one that the president also had here. Page 14.
Big exam.
Best national fisher. No, it's a big 14.
All right. Sulemana Yidana from East Mampusi Municipal Assembly, Northeast Region. Thank you so much. First runner-up, national best farmer. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the overall national best farmer 2021 from the Mion District, Northern Region, Alhaji Mashood Mohammed. Alhaji Mashood Mohammed, national best farmer, the overall best farmer for 2021, being decorated by His Excellency the President of the Republic, assisted by the Managing Director of ADB, Dr. John Kofi Mensah. He received 600,000 Ghana cedis, sponsored by ADB, 500,000 Ghana cedis worth of insurance cover by Glyco. The national best farmer, national best farmer for 2021. Alhaji Mashood Mohammed, national best farmer. Thank you. Congratulations. We are proud of you, Alhaji. Congratulations And thank you. Receiving 600,000 Ghana cedis from ADB. Thank you. Your Excellency, you have to do us another honors. The overall best fisher for 2021. The overall best fisher for 2021. This is the 37th edition of National Farmers Day, and here we are at Cape Coast, the national best fisher for 2021. It's coming from the Goma West District here in the Central Region. Shall we welcome Mr. Akufo-Addo? A round of applause for Akufo-Addo, the best farmer fisher for 2021. Akufo-Addo is the national best overall fisher from the Goma West District, Central Region. We thank you for all the fishes in the sea. Akufo-Addo, and you will receive your prize, and you will be decorated by the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Your Excellency, from Goma West District in the Central Region, this is the national best overall fisher 2021, Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo, national best fisher for 2021. Akufo-Addo is overall best fisher from the Goma West District, Central Region. Okay. Now we have the best farmer, the overall best farmer for 2021, and I'd like to invite the best farmer for 2020 in just a few seconds. His time will be over. Uncle Solo, please join me here so that we can do the baton change. You have been the best farmer for almost 1 year. We are proud of you. You have fed us and have given us inspiration. But time to hand over to Alhaji Mashood Mohammed from the Mion District, Northern Region. Alhaji, we need you here. Alhaji, I know you are happy, but we need you here. Alhaji has a maize farm of about 850 acres, soya bean 2,387 acres, rice 500 acres, cowpea 20 acres, groundnuts 40 acres, tomato 19 acres, okra 43 acres. That's not all. Sorghum 40 acres, mango 13 acres, teak 11 acres, share 4 acres, acacia 1,000 stands, cashew 1,500 stands, dawa 2,000 stands. And in terms of numbers, Alhaji has poultry layer 10,930, cattle 714, sheep 640, goats 1,300, broiler 8,400, guinea fowl 7,000, turkey 185, duck 265, geese 80, special birds 5, and a fish pond containing tilapia and catfish. We now will do the ceremonial handing over from the National Best Farmer 2020 to the newly selected Best Farmer 2021. Congratulations, Alhaji. Congratulations. And this is a symbol of you being the winner for 2021. Alhaji Mashood Mohammed, Best Farmer 2021. Thank you. Thank you. Alhaji, you can show it to the president. Yes. Yeah. Alhaji, you can give it to me? No, please. So Alhaji, thank you so much. We are proud of you. You can now take your seat, Alhaji. Go and take more photographs with that. I'll visit you one of these days, Alhaji. Thank you. We are proud of you. Ghana is proud of you. A round of applause for 2021 overall Best Farmer.
Yes. Yes.
Then would you like to give the closing remarks before the president leaves? You give the closing remarks before the president leaves.
Okay.
Your Excellency, now we have our overall best, but we still have the regional best, and we have the various departments of farming and fishery. Indeed, we have the livestock category, we have the farming category, and we have the aquaculture category. But before you leave of us, I'd like to invite our distinguished chairman to give us a closing remarks before we continue with the honors. Shall we welcome our chairman once again? Round of applause for our chairman.
His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. All protocols observed. Ideally, as a chief, I should have an umbrella over me to give my closing remarks. But then when I consider the fact that our farmers spend hours in the sun to produce food for us, I will be in the stand for some minutes for the closing remarks. With the speeches as they were coming, I started jotting down the many highlights and good points to share with you as part of my closing remarks. But then, as they were coming, I realized that I had lost count because there were so many positive things being implemented by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, through the President's initiative, for which reason all of us have good reasons to be happy that we have good people managing us under agriculture. I was asking the regional minister, with so many opportunities like this, if we have a young man who is looking for a job, where exactly must he go? And she mentioned that he must go to the Director of Agriculture in his district. And there are so many opportunities that will be made known so that we can take advantage. So I may not be able to go through all the positive things that we have heard today, but it is reassuring that since the time cocoa came into this country, we have produced more than ever before, and we thank the Cocoa Board and those working under the cocoa industry for the good work they are doing. We are also happy to note that in the face of the shortage of fertilizers, we are also taking advantage of organic fertilizers to ensure that we have food on our table, and for our farmers who have worked so hard so as to have food on our table even in the face of the pandemic. We say Ayuko for your consistency. We are looking forward to you to continue to do this. I was also happy to note that in the last few years, we've had average growth of 5.8% in agriculture. This is something that we must be proud of, and we must guard against this figure coming down, for which reason we must all be involved. I was happy to hear about the railway for food and jobs, which is also another opportunity for us to take. And President, for the first time, we are going to have a research vessel in the country with patrol boats. We thank you very much for the unending and immeasurable assistance that you are giving to us. We may need to go more into processing our agri-products. As we are producing more cocoa, it may also be worthwhile that we increase the percentage of produce that we are producing. And this is something that I will throw to our managers of agriculture, so that in the near future, we have many things in the agro-processing sector that we can be proud about. In the President's closing remarks, he said we should all leverage the full systems to achieve Ghana beyond aid. And of course, if we have poultry farmers working so hard so that we can prevent the importation of meat to the tune of over $300 million a year, then we shall be moving towards Ghana beyond aid. And it will take the support of all of us, all stakeholders, to ensure that we can transform the agri sector. So we pledge our support. We should all support the President so that the vision that is leading, with the people behind him and us all, will be able to move this country forward. Whilst the Minister of Food and Agriculture was talking, he mentioned that Central Region, we've done so well and it's so inspiring. I'm trusting that the region that will be hosting next year will have a lot of best practices to learn from this, so that as a country, we'll be moving forward, we shall be improving, and through Farmers Day, we shall be motivating our farmers to help us to use agriculture as a bedrock of the economy to help us move this country forward. We thank all of you for coming. May God bless you. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Nana Chair, thank you so much. Well, the President will take leave of us, but we are not done with the awards. We will begin with the Upper West region, and we give awards down to the Central region. But for now, we need to have the national anthem, as the president will take leave of us. Police band, national anthem. Your Excellency, we thank you for your gracious presence here. Wish you all the best. This is the 37th edition of the National Farmers Day here in Cape Coast. Your Excellency, thank you, but the celebration will continue. All ministers will be waiting for us to continue on with the awards. We will begin with the Upper West region, Upper East, Northeast, Ahafo, Ashanti, Northern, Savannah, Volta, Bruno East, and the list will go on and on and on and on. So, you're quiet.